Come with me to make some cheesesteak egg rolls. Let's get it. So we're gonna start off with chopping up our onion. I usually do the white onion and green onion, but I didn't have any green onion today, so we're just doing the white. I highly recommend if you do have green onion to add it, 'cause it just brings it to that next level. Once I chop up my onions, I am going to add my onions to a pan with some butter. And then we're going to season with some garlic, some onion powder, some black pepper, some sazon. And then once you season up your onions, you're going to give it a good mix and set that to the side. So now we're getting started on the ground beef. I would say with the ground beef, you want to make sure that you cook the ground beef until it's like 70% done. And then you're going to want to drain the oils from your beef. So now we're at the point where we're adding our cheese. So make sure that you reduce your heat because you want your cheese to melt, but you don't want the beef to overcook. So I start adding the cheese little by little to just measure like how much cheese I'm putting in it. And then once I feel like I got enough American cheese, I'm going to start adding my provolone cheese and just repeat that same process. Once I feel like I have enough provolone, I am going to finalize everything by adding a small block of Velveeta and let that melt. And once that's melted, I am going to add some garlic, some onion powder, and some pepper. And sometimes you may need to add some salt, but I always just taste and add as I need. Once you make sure that your seasonings are all mixed in, you are going to go ahead and add those onions from earlier. And then you are going to give that a good mix until the onions are fully incorporated into your beef. Now here's the fun part. We're going to get started on our egg roll wrappers. I usually get the egg roll wrappers from Walmart because they are just like perfect and they're easy to work with. So I am going to add a generous amount of the filling to the wrappers. And as you can see, I am wetting the corners of the wrappers before I start to roll up the egg roll. This is just to make sure that once I roll up the egg roll, it stays sealed so it doesn't bust open when I am frying. So I am just going to repeat that process until I either run out of egg roll wrappers or until I run out of filling, which in this case, I ran out of filling first before the egg roll wrappers. So once all of my egg rolls are together, I am going to drop them into some hot oil. And I would recommend not overcrowding the pan. I was rushing at this point, so I did it anyway. But just for like equal frying, I wouldn't do that. So once you see that your egg rolls are golden brown, you are good to start taking them out. Just make sure that you're very gentle when taking them out, just so you don't break them open in the process. And then boom, here you have it. These were full of flavor and they were easy to make. If you make these for a party, I promise they're going to be a fan favorite. If you guys give this recipe a try, please comment below and let me know how they came out.